Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. And I've been away for a while, and I wanted to continue to read this book here, which is Goosebumps, Why I'm Afraid of Bees. I started reading this book a while ago now, and I kind of stopped reading it for a while, but I thought it was about time I finished the story off. So I hope you guys are ready for that. I left you guys on chapter 19, and the last bit I read was, I guess no one had told the dragonfly before I could move. It zoomed down, wrapped its teeth around my middle, and bit me in two. So that is where we left Gary Luts in chapter 19. So we should find out what happens to him in chapter 20. What the dragonfly has done to Gary's bumblebee body. So if you guys are ready, I'll jump into chapter 20. Chapter 20. I uttered a last gasp and waited for something to I uttered a last gasp and waited for everything to go dark. It took me a few seconds to realize that the dragonfly had turned and buzzed off in the other direction. My imagination was running away with me. That's what always happens when I got overtired. I took a deep breath, grateful to still be in one piece. I decided I had to use my remaining strength to get to Miss Carmen at the person-to-person vacation office. I rose up into the air, looked both ways for oncoming dragonfly traffic, then fluttered away. After a long turning tip, I floated past a street sign that told me I'd made it to the right block. Roach Street. I buzzed along the sidewalk until I came to the person-to-person building. Then I sat down on the stool and tried to figure out how I was going to get inside. Luckily, as I rested on the warm cement, I had to stop for that one. I saw a mailman marching up the street, stopping at each house along his route. quickly, I flew over to the person-to-person entrance and checked it out. Just as I hoped. There was a mail slot in the middle of the door. I went over to the doorknob and waited for my chance. Slowly, the mailman trotted up. I can't say that word. Like it's TRUDGED. Trotted, I think it is, up to the building. Hurry up, I screamed at him. Do you think I have all day here? Do you think I have all day here? Of course, he didn't hear me. He fumbled, I think it is, FUMBLED. He fumbled around in his bag and pulled out a bundle of letters. Then, slowly, he reached out and pushed open the letter slot. Before the mailman had a chance to reach, before the mailman had a chance to react, I swooped down in front of his nose and buzzed right through the mail slot. As I buzzed along, I heard him gasp, and I knew he'd seen me. But for once, luck was with me. I moved so quickly, there hadn't been any chance for the mailman to try to swat me. My luck held when I flew up the stairs. I just reached the top when the door-to-door person vacation opened, and a girl about my age came out. She had long, curly red hair and had a serious, thoughtful expression on her face. Was she thinking of trading places with someone? Go home, I shouted at her, and don't come back. Stay away from this place. Just look what happened to me. Even though I was screaming, the girl didn't even turn her head. But she left the door open just long enough for me to buzz into a person-to-person office. I flew across the waiting room. I saw Miss Carmen sitting in the same chair she'd been in when I first met her. I shot right towards her and smacked onto something hard. Pain roared through my body. I dropped to the floor, dazed and confused. My head began to clear. I remembered the glass wall separating Miss Carmen from the waiting area, like some kind of brainless June bug. I crashed right onto it. I shook myself to clear my head. Miss Carmen, I yelled. Miss Carmen, it's me, Gary Luts. Look what happened. Can you help me? Can you? Oh, well, finally, Gary Luts had got to the person-to-person office to Miss Carmen. Right, well, let's see what happens next time, because that is the end of chapter 20. So the dragonfly didn't tear him into 2 pieces, left him whole there, but he had finally got to person. So we will leave Gary Luts there, and we would find out what happened to him next time. So if you enjoyed that, please do watch my previous videos and come back next time to find out if Miss Carmen can help Gary. And just a reminder, I am a dyslexic reader, which you may have noticed because I couldn't read a few words in that chapter. So I am dyslexic, so if I do make mistakes, please do mind my reading. If you have any questions or comments about dyslexia or the book, or if you have any other ideas of what I might like to read for you guys, please leave comments in the comments below. And until next time, guys, sleep tight and don't let the bed bug bite. Bye.